Imagine it is Monday morning. You have not even had your coffee yet. Your boss walks over and says, "Someone logged into the system over the weekend and exported all last month's quotes. Do you know who?" You freeze. You do not have login logs. Your boss asks, "At least, not many people can export quotes, right?" You feel guilty because you gave everyone access to quotes, sales, marketing, even interns. You only created two roles, admin and employee. Both can see everything. Sound familiar? Today we are talking about two concepts that are often confused but are actually twins: RBAC, role-based access control, and data governance. Get these right and you will save your company a fortune. Let us start with RBAC. RBAC stands for Role-Based Access Control. Fancy name, simple concept, just like everyday life. Picture this. You walk into a hotel. The front desk gives you a key card. You swipe into the elevator, your room, the gym, no problem. But when you try to swipe into the staff office, beep, red light. Why? Because your card is a guest card, not an employee card. The hotel designed different card types, each opening different doors. That is RBAC. At a restaurant, the chef can enter the kitchen, touch knives, open the fridge. A waiter can only bring food out, but cannot touch knives. Why? Different role, different permissions. That is RBAC. And so how does this work in a system? Say you have a CRM system. You do not need to set permissions for each person individually. Just design 3 rows. First, sales rep can view customers, create quotes, cannot delete anything. Second, sales manager can also delete and see team reports. Third, system admin can do everything, even delete the database. Roles designed. New hire joins. You say, "Itty, please give this person the sales rep role." 3 minutes later they are working. They leave 3 months later. You say, "Itty, remove their role." Permissions gone. Clean. Then 3 big benefits. First, standardization. Everyone gets the same permissions. No one has more or less. Second, auditability. Boss asks who can delete things. You say, "Managers and above. 3 people, here are the names." Third, scalability. Company grows from 10 to 100 people. You do not change the permissions setup. You are still managing just 3 roles. People change, roles do not. That is the core of RBAC. And at this point you might think, okay, RBAC is simple. Just set up roles. But let me ask you something. Your system has a role called sales rep with 8 people under it. Should all 8 see exactly the same data? You ask one rep, "How much did you close this month?" 2 million. You ask another, 3 million. Then you ask the first rep, "Can you see which clients the second rep closed?" He says, "Yes, I can. In fact, I accidentally saved a quote to one of his clients yesterday." That is the problem. Both are sales reps, same role, same permissions, but they handle completely different clients. RBAC does not stop this. Same role means same access. In real life, this is a data leak risk. RBAC only solves who can enter the door. It does not solve which drawers they can open once inside. That is where data governance comes in. So what is data governance? 3 examples. First, a bank teller. They can log in and check your account balance. Fine, they are the teller. But can they check their neighbor's account? No, not even their mom's. The system says tellers can only check customers who walk up to their window. Same role, different data scope. Second, a hospital nurse. They can access medical records. But can a nurse in Taipei access records from a hospital in Kaohsiung? No. The system limits them to patients in their own unit. Third, back to CRM. One rep handles the north region, another the south. When the north rep logs in, the drop-down should only show northern clients. They cannot even search for southern clients. Not that they cannot edit, they cannot see them. That is data governance. RBAC decides if you can enter a page. Data governance decides what data you see on that page. In one sentence, RBAC is the key card. Data governance is the layered lock inside the safe. Let me walk you through how these two layers work together in practice. Take an e-commerce backend system. First, design RBAC rows. Customer support can view orders but not edit. Operations manager can view, edit, and refund. System admin has full access. That is layer 1. Looks complete, right? But customer support has 3 people. Alice handles the north, Bob the south, Carol international. If Alice logs in and sees all 2,000 orders from everywhere, she does not know where to start. Worse, she might accidentally modify an international order. Layer 1 cannot handle this. So add layer 2, data governance. Customer support only sees orders from their assigned region. Operations manager sees all domestic orders. Admin sees everything. 2 layers combined. Alice logs in and sees only 600 orders from the north. Clear. That is a complete permission model. And how do you actually implement this? 3 approaches. First, column level control. Different people see different fields on the same page. Customer support sees name, phone, address. They need these for shipping, but they should not see the credit card last 4 digits or the customer's average order value analysis. So the backend query automatically removes sensitive fields based on the user's role. Second, row level control. This is the most common and most important approach. Simple concept, automatically add a where clause to every query. Alice logs in, the system appends where region = north to every query. She cannot see southern data, cannot even search for it. 1 line of SQL, select asterisk from orders where region = current user.region. Third, ABAC, attribute-based access control. This is RBAC evolved. If RBAC is a traffic light, only red and green, ABAC is an experienced traffic officer who adjusts based on time, traffic, and weather. ABAC considers not just your role, but your department, level, time of day, location. Example: North Sales Department manager level and above can export reports on weekends. 4 conditions must be met. RBAC cannot do this because it ignores time and location. Of course, ABAC has trade-offs. Complex rules, higher maintenance costs. My advice: start with RBAC plus row-level control. Introduce ABAC only when you need dynamic rules. Now you might be thinking, my system only has 12 people, do I really need this now? Let me ask you, when is the cheapest time to add this? Now. If you wait until the system grows, here is what happens. A friend of mine had a startup with 20 people. Permissions were hard-coded everywhere. As departments grew, each demanded to see only their own data. Adding RBAC plus data governance meant rewriting every API, every query, every front-end page. Team went from 20 to 50, rewrote once. From 50 to 80, rewrote again. That is technical debt paid in time. Here is a more painful number. A company's sales employee accidentally emailed the entire client list to the wrong person. Client list leaked. Privacy fines, legal fees, PR costs, over $3 million, and this whole thing could have been prevented by 1 line of code. If user.role = manager, allow _ export = false. 1 line of code, $3 million. Regulations like GDPR, SOC2, ISO 27001 all require 2 things: least privilege principle and data access logs. Auditors will ask 3 questions. Who can view customer data? Who viewed what and when? When were employee permissions revoked? Can you answer them? In 5 sentences to wrap everything up. 1. RBAC decides who can enter the door. 2. Data governance decides what they can touch once inside. 3. Together they form complete permission management. 4. Do it now. Doing it later costs much more. 5. Do not just ask what a role can do. Ask, should everyone in this role see the same data? The answer is usually no, and that no is exactly where you need data governance. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. I am Dennis. See you next time.